Welcome to the Quiz Master live online review class. This is final coaching number 22. Let secondary English major. I am your English major coach. I am Professor Paul Hiranio, a faculty member of the University of San Agustin here in Iloilo City. I finished my bachelor's degree in secondary education, major in English, in West Visayas State University, and I have a master's degree in English as a second language from the University of the Philippines. I have been a lecturer for 10 years. So let's start. Question number 1. In academic reading, you read because you want A, to enjoy, B, to learn, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. Okay, let me check your answer. Benna said to learn. Okay, Maria said to learn. Joy also answered letter B, to learn. Okay, the correct answer is letter B, to learn. In academic reading, you read because you want to learn. Okay? If you want to enjoy, what kind of reading will you do, Vanessa? If you want to enjoy, yes, leisure reading, right? But if you want to learn, you do academic reading. Benna, I have a question here for you. Is academic reading a passive process or an active process? Benna, kindly type your answer in the chat box. Yes. Let me check your answer. Yes. Academic reading is an active process. Why is academic reading an active process? Because you have to interact with the text. Sa academic reading, madami kang gagawin. Unlike sa leisure reading na ang gagawin mo lang is mag-enjoy, right? Mag-relax at mag-enjoy sa binabasa mo. Sa academic reading, you have to do a lot of things. Madami kang gagawin. For example, you interact with the text. You take down notes. You make connections. And you ask critical questions. That is why we consider academic reading an active process. Now let's go to question number 2. Speech production is A, simple activity, B, a complex activity, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. Again, speech production is A simple activity, B, a complex activity, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. I will give you time to write your answer in the chat box. Okay, the correct answer is letter B, a complex activity. Speech production is a complex activity. Why complex, Michael? Please type your answer in the chat box. Yes, it involves a lot of activities. That's why it's complex. It's a complex activity. It involves actually 4 processes. Okay? Merong 4 na proseso ang involved sa speech production. Okay? And what are these 4 processes? Benna, can you type your answer in the chat box? Or just give me one if you cannot memorize the four uh, the four processes. If you cannot memorize all of them, just give me one. Yes, initiation. What else? The others, you can also type your answer in the chat box. Okay, let me check. Okay, the four processes are initiation, phonation, oral nasal process, and articulation. Again, speech production involves four processes. One, initiation. Second, uh, first, initiation. Second, phonation. Third, oral nasal process. And fourth, articulation. Okay? That is why we consider speech production a complex activity. Now let's go to question number 3. On April 9, 1942, officials in command of Bataan formally surrendered. It was announced on blank radio broadcast. A. ABS-CBN. B. The Filipino Channel. C. The Radio Veritas. D. The Voice of Freedom. Again, on April 9, 1942, officials in command of Bataan formally surrendered. It was announced on blank radio broadcast. A. ABS-CBN. B. The Filipino Channel. C. The Radio Veritas. D. The Voice of Freedom. Okay, I will give you time to write your answer in the chat box. Okay, the correct answer is letter D, The Voice of Freedom. On April 9, 1942, officials in command of Bataan formally surrendered. It was announced on the Voice of Freedom radio broadcast. This was during the Second World War, right? The Voice of Freedom radio broadcast announced the fall of Bataan, hands of the Japanese Imperial Army. And that was the start of the Japanese occupation in the Philippines, right? It was an announcement na talagang nasakop na ng mga Hapon ang Pilipinas, right? Who wrote the announcement? That's a very important question as far as English is concerned. No? Who wrote the announcement? Please type your answer in the chat. Yes, Adelpha is correct. Captain Salvador Lopez. The announcement was written by Captain Salvador Lopez, right? Where was it delivered? Michael, please type your answer in the chat box. Where was it delivered? Yes, you are correct. Malinta Channel in Corregidor, okay, which is part of Bataan. Uh, Letter A, ABS-CBN, and that would be the Filipino Channel. Well, there was no ABS-CBN yet during that time. And the Filipino Channel is, of course, owned by ABS-CBN. So that cannot be the right answer. I think the Radio Veritas is owned by the Catholic Church. Now let's go to question number 4. The native Philippine alphabet is called A. Noah, B. Dasal, C. Alibata, D. Abacada. Again, the native Philippine alphabet is called A. Noah, B. Dasal, C. Alibata, D. Abacada. I will give you time to write your answer in the chat box. Mildred's answer is alibata. Marlene's answer is abacada. Bella's answer is alibata. Okay, the correct answer is letter C, alibata. The native Philippine alphabet is called alibata. Let's check the veracity of this claim. Um, Sometimes we hear the term alibata and sometimes we hear the term baybayin. Are they the same? The answer is no, they are not the same. According to an article written by Juan Carlos Montenegro, the correct term is actually baybayin and not alibata. Okay, sabi ni Montenegro, no, mali yung uh, mali yung yung alibata. It's a fallacy. No? It has no basis. The correct terminology is baybayin, according to Juan Carlos Montenegro. Okay? The correct term is baybayin to refer to our pre-colonial language and also to our pre-colonial alphabet. Baybayin. Yung sablay ng UP, no? Inscribed doon yung baybayin. Uh, Hindi ginagamit ang alibata to refer to what is inscribed sa what do you call that? Sa sablay ng UP, no? Na ginagamit ng UP during graduation and important academic activities. Alibata is a long disputed terminology. Okay? Alibata was a term coined by Paul Rodriguez Versosa in 1914. Okay? He based this term on the Arabic alphabet alif, ba, and ta from the Maguindanao Moros. The reason why alibata is a wrong term is that there is no clear or strong evidence that pre-colonial Filipinos derived by buying from the Arabic language. So, may mga claims na, no, mali yun. So, as I was telling you earlier, may mga pag-aaral na nagsasabi na ang correct term ay baybayin and not alibata. Now, let's go to question number 5. To blank is to make something less painful or difficult to deal with. A. Alleviate. B. Scrutinize. C. Augment. D. Persevere. Again, to blank is to make something less painful or difficult to deal with. A. Alleviate. B. Scrutinize. C. Augment. D. Persevere. I will give you time to write your answer in the chat box. Okay, let me check Marie's answer. Marie's answer is letter A, alleviate. How about Arlene? What is your answer? Arlene's answer is letter A as well, alleviate. And that is the correct answer. Letter A, alleviate. To alleviate is to make something less painful or difficult to deal with. To alleviate is to make something less severe. Okay? Example, suffering, deficiency, or problem, right? To alleviate your suffering, to alleviate your deficiency, to alleviate your problem. Okay? In Filipino, pinapagaan. That's alleviate. Take aspirin to alleviate your headache. Okay? This is a question on English vocabulary. Now let's go to question number 6. Hansel and Gretel is a popular fairy tale. In the story, Hansel stuffs blank into his pockets after he learns that he and Gretel are to be abandoned in the forest. A. Sand. B. Pebbles. C. Candies. D. Coins. Again, Hansel and Gretel is a popular fairy tale. In the story, Hansel stuffs blank into his pockets after he learns that he and Gretel are to be abandoned in the forest. A. Sand. B. Pebbles. C. Candies. D. Coins. What is the correct answer? Please type your answer in the chat box. Okay, Lisa's answer is pebbles. Mario's answer is letter A, sand. Janine's answer is letter B, pebbles. Okay, the correct answer is letter B, pebbles. Hansel and Gretel is a popular fairy tale. In this story, Hansel stuffs pebbles into his pockets after he learns that he and Gretel are to be abandoned in the forest. Okay. Well, Hansel and Gretel is a fairy tale, a popular fairy tale. Saang bansa ito nanggaling, Ermeline? Okay? Correct. Sa Germany, right? It is a German fairy tale. Who collected this fairy tale? Hansel and Gretel. Yes. Mary Ann? Yes. The correct answer is Brothers Grimm, right? Who collected this fairy tale? Hansel and Gretel, Brothers Grimm, right? Okay. And when was it published? Alberto, when was it published? It's 1812, brother, not 1912. It's 18. It was published in 1812. Okay? Now let's go to question number 7. In Greek mythology, what is given to Cronus to eat instead of his son, Zeus? Again, in Greek mythology, what is given to Kronos to eat instead of his son, Zeus? A fire-breathing dragon. B, his uncle. C, a rock wrapped in baby's clothes. D, his son, cooked by his attendant. Please type your answer in the chat box. This is question number 7. Rosana's answer is letter C, a rock wrapped in baby's clothes. How about Julia? What is your answer? Letter C, yes. Letter C as well. Okay, that is the correct answer. A rock wrapped in baby's clothes. Again, in Greek mythology, what is given to Cronus to eat instead of his son Zeus? Letter C, a rock wrapped in baby's clothes. In Greek mythology, why did Cronus swallow his babies? Leonardo, what do you think was the reason why Cronus swallowed his babies? Please type your answer in the chat box. Okay, yes, you are correct. He learned that papatalsikin siya ng kanyang mga anak sa pwesto. Okay? So, nilamon niya ang mga ito. Si Zeus ang last child. Okay? But hindi siya nilamon? O ba't hindi siya nalamon, rather, ng kanyang ama na si Cronus? What's the answer? Bettina? Okay, yes. Rhea, Cronus' wife, tricked him. He gave Cronus a rock wrapped in baby's clothes. That's letter C. Akala ni Cronus si Zeus yung rock. No? So, yun ang kanyang nilamon. Zeus was spared. Now let's go to question number 8. Adelpha is an English teacher in Iloilo. She spends a lot of time writing lesson plans, choosing instructional materials, and planning classroom activities. This is called A, preparation time, B, production time, C, evaluation time, D, instructional time. Again, Adelpha is an English teacher in Iloilo. She spends a lot of time writing lesson plans, choosing instructional materials, and planning classroom activities. This is called A, preparation time, B, production time, C, evaluation time, D, instructional time. I'll give you 10 seconds, brother, to write your answer in the chat box. Okay, the correct answer is letter A, preparation time. You use this time to prepare for your class. Okay? You finish your lesson plan. You make modules. Okay? You make curriculum guides. You also make props to be used in your class. That's why preparation time is very important as far as teachers are concerned. Let's go to question number 9. Who wrote the short story Dead Stars? A. Ida Rivera Ford. B. Estrella Alfon. C. Zinaida French. D. Paz Marquez Benitez. Again, who wrote the short story Dead Stars? A. Ida Rivera Ford. B. Estrella Alfon. C. Zinaida French. D. Paz Marquez Benitez. Write your answer in the chat box. You are given 10 seconds to do that. Okay, the correct answer is letter D, Paz Marquez Benitez. Who wrote the short story Dead Stars? Paz Marquez Benitez. What is so special about the short story Dead Stars? Well, it is considered to be the first Philippine short story in English. Again, Dead Stars by Paz Marquez Benitez is considered the first Philippine short story in English. And number 10, the events of the Iliad focus on A, the beauty of Helen, B, the youthfulness of Paris, C, the anger of Achilles, D, the kingly demeanor of Priam. Again, the events of the Iliad focus on A, the beauty of Helen, B, the youthfulness of Paris, C, the anger of Achilles, D, the kingly demeanor of Priam. What is the correct answer? This is question number 10. Okay, the correct answer is letter C, anger of Achilles. The events of the Iliad focus on the anger or wrath or rage of Achilles. That's letter C. Basically, the Iliad is about the wrath or anger of Achilles. Remember, si Achilles ay famous for his extreme behavior. Okay? Two things. For his pride, and second, for his anger or rage. Pag nagalit si Achilles, sobra-sobra. Remember when he dragged the dead body of Hector around town? Okay? And the father, Priam, begged na ibigay na sa kanya ang dead body ng kanyang anak. So, the anger of Achilles, is famous in Greek mythology. In fact, it is the central point of the Iliad. So, how did you fare in this review quiz? Tell us your score in the comment section and share this quiz to others as well. Thanks for watching. Good day, everyone. See you in the next session.